It's the most wonderful time of the year. There's no snow, but the lifts are open. So park season is here. So maybe you started riding last year and your buddies are talking about riding park and they went last year and this year you're gonna join them. So maybe some things you wanna consider picking up before you make your first trip there. We're giving an overview of some items that might make your ride a little bit more enjoyable, your first time riding lift access terrain. First thing we're gonna talk about is helmets. If you take one thing away from this, I would say full face helmet is a must. It's definitely gonna keep you a lot safer than the half shell that you use on a trail ride. And the other thing we always say is teeth are expensive, so you definitely wanna protect those. So this one is the Fox RAMPAGE. Fox has been making full face helmets for a long time. They really got it dialed. They've been making them in the moto world and the mountain bike world for, it seems like, forever. So Fox RAMPAGE, the first thing I really like about this one is the vents. It has a ton of vents in it, including the front and the top and the back. This thing vents super well. So if you're on the lift and it's kind of a warm day, you're gonna feel all right there. If you're standing in that long lift line, you're gonna feel all right with your helmet on still. The other really nice thing about this helmet is the weight. This thing is very light. You could probably almost wear this on a trail ride if you really wanted to. But it's gonna be awesome for those park rides as well. It's not gonna give you any extra neck strain or anything like that. It's gonna be comfortable to wear kind of all day there. And last but not least, this one has MIPS, which is super nice to see that on a full face helmet. The MIPS is that extra safety feature that helps with rotational forces. So it's gonna keep you a little bit extra safety if your head makes contact with the ground. And so next up, we're talking pads. So I have the G-Form Pro Rugged pads here. I have the knee pads and the elbow pads. And so G-Form's got a couple really nice things happening here. First of all, lightweight. They have this really nice sleeve on the back. And so if you're wearing, I think you're wearing pants at the bike park and then you're also wearing pads underneath, that's just a recipe for some really sweaty knees. But luckily they have this really nice breathable sleeve on the back. It'll keep you nice and cool back there. The other nice thing about the G-Forms is they are very easy to pedal in. So if you're maybe buying them primarily for the park, but you're also gonna head out and do some trail rides as well, you have one knee pad that'll do both. And so I've worn these on a ton of rides with lots of elevation gain, and my knees have always been pretty happy. They're not restrictive, they breathe well, so I've been really happy with these G-Forms. The other really nice selling feature on the G-Forms is they have a Velcro strap to adjust the fit on the top. And so depending on your legs, you might be maybe in between sizes, and so that strap on the top can really help get that fit dialed so you're not constantly like pulling these up on your legs. And definitely an awesome feature on the G-Forms. So if you're looking for a nice knee pad that's gonna pedal well, it's gonna breathe well, but still keep you protected, the G-Forms are a great option. And so next up, we're talking about apparel. So you've got your head covered, you've got your knees and elbows covered, but what are you wearing over all this stuff? So the first one we have here is the Troy Lee Sprint Ultra Pants. So if you're riding right now, you probably ride in shorts. You probably don't ride in pants too often. So the nice thing about having a specific pant for mountain biking, the big one is it's gonna be the way the cuff fits around your ankle. It's definitely a lot tighter around the ankle, so it's not getting stuck in your chain, in your drivetrain. You don't have to worry about any issues like that. And specifically, the Troy Lees have some really nice things happening. And the biggest one is breathability. So the material is super lightweight. It's pretty thin here, but it's not so thin that if you crashed, you're not gonna replace these on one crash. Like these are gonna hold up to some abuse. Troy Lee's known for making some tough stuff, and these are definitely built with that reputation in mind. The other nice thing about them is it has what I call speed holes. It has these perforations in it all throughout the pants to really help them breathe well and keep that airflow going. So even though it's summer and it's probably pretty warm out, you're still gonna be okay in these because they breathe super well. And the other really nice thing about these pants is reinforced cuff here at the leg. So if you go down, you maybe put your foot down and you're scraping against something, these are nice and like, it's really thick down here. So it's really gonna keep your legs protected as well as keep your pants from getting torn up if they get caught in something. So Troy Lee Sprint Ultras, these are an excellent option if you're looking for a lightweight summer pant to ride in the park. And so for jersey, we're pairing our Troy Lee design pants with our SKYLINE jersey. So the SKYLINE name has been in the Troy Lee lineup for a long time. It's a classic lineup for them. It's named after a trail near their headquarters. And so this one definitely continues the tradition of quality and carries that SKYLINE banner pretty well. Nice thing about it is super breathable. This one is super lightweight. So as we mentioned before, park season, it's summer, you're wearing long sleeves, so you do want something that's gonna really vent well and breathe well. And there's a few reasons why you might want a long sleeve jersey as opposed to short sleeves when you're doing some park riding there. The first is gonna be sun protection. If you're doing lift access riding, it's probably in the mountains. That sun is pretty intense there. So it does give you a little bit more protection from the sun. The other thing is if you go down, it's nice having another layer between your skin and the dirt to maybe keep that road rash to a minimum there. And yeah, SKYLINE jersey is a classic from Troy Lee. There's not very much to complain about this. This thing is awesome and I'd wear it all day long. And it'd be an excellent option for your venture into the park. So we took a look at some really nice things today. This is definitely on the, we might call it the downhill starter kit. I would say this is probably the minimum of protection you'd want to wear. There's lots of things like chest protectors and neck braces. As you know, the terrain gets bigger, the jumps get bigger, you may want to consider maybe things that can protect you a little bit more. This is definitely geared at, say, you're getting into the park riding, you're not quite sure what it's going to be like. So this would be a great starting point. If you have any questions about this gear or sizing, or maybe you do need something more substantial but you're not sure where to start, feel free to give a gear advisor a call. We're happy to answer those questions for you and talk about it and get you all set up and ready to go for your day at the park.